Well, everyone, we are back, and I'm not going to waste any time. Let me show you this. Well, everyone, we got another model of Lima's finest. This is another railking model, but this is the railking Imperial Proto Sound 3. This thing is absolutely beautiful. After that first one gave up on me, I was very sad. I was heartbroken. I searched for months on end, had no luck. The only ones that popped up was the Proto ones on eBay, which people are asking crazy amounts of money for. But this one I actually ended up finding at T&K Hobby. I believe they're based in Ohio, if I remember correctly. I gave up looking for quite some time because I was like, you know what, I'm not going to find one. I'll just have to get lucky at a show or have one randomly show up on one of the Facebook buy-sell trade groups. But I kind of stopped looking for a while, and then randomly decided to check T&K Hobby's website. I bought from them a few times. Great hobby shop. They always have a lot of good stuff coming in. You'll be shocked at some of the new old stock that they get in. This is one of them. There was also, I was really torn because there was a Santa Fe Northern, a railking Imperial 1 Proto 3 as well, new in the box, that was posted the same time they got this in, but I needed another Allegheny. I love this thing. I had to get another one. But this is number 1604. This engine, the real life counterpart, was built December of 1941 by Lima. I don't want to get too into the history on it, one, because I don't have a sheet of notes to read off to you guys, but also the C&O 1604 is a very well documented engine. You can find all your history about how it was supposed to be scrapped, and then it wasn't, and then it was put into preservation, then it was hit by a flood, and then Norfolk Southern actually paid to cosmetically restore it and all that stuff. I'm not going to ramble on about this. This video is about this model, and there's not a whole lot of videos on these Proto 3 Alleghenies, so figured let's fill that void. Let's get a good video, good decent product review for this railking Proto 3 Allegheny. So without a further ado, we're going to jump right on into this. All right, so this railking Allegheny did come out in 2017. So this engine was 5 years new old stock when I bought it, so I didn't really trust the grease in it. So I did go in and re-grease everything. We're going to point out some of the details to you. You have a lot of great, beautiful, these are add-on handrails right here. You do have a molded in dummy coupler. You do have the 1604 stamped on the front, which is great to see because MTH on the original Proto ones did not do that. You do have 1604 printed on both sides of the headlight down here. You have, which on my Proto Sound 2 version, I had a 5-volt early version. Did not have a whole lot of detail on the front of it. There was just 2 little air pumps. But you have a big old cluster of pumps. You have a lot of great molded in rivet detail. You do have a bell that, yes, you can swing if you so choose to. You do have separately applied marker lights on both sides of the engine, which is nice because the Proto 2 railking one that I used to have just had marker lights kind of molded into the side of the boiler over here. Now, one weird thing that they did do with this, and I'll show you all this, is they did put a gray smoke box on it, which I'm not 100% sure why they would do that, but they did. You do have a legible builder's plate. Well, it's not an actual builder's plate. It's just stamped on there, but it is legible. You have blackened side rods. You have, once again, another separately applied metal handrail running the entire length of this absolutely massive engine. All sorts of good detail. You do have a nice white stripe coming down the side of the running boards, as you should. There is simulated tread on this, which I forgot to point out. There is no simulated tread along the walkways of the engine. But once again, you have that iconic 2666 wheel arrangement on this engine. Lots of great molded in detail, just for a railking model. And I will say this is one thing that really sets MTH apart from Lionel, in my opinion, is some of the railking models, just the fact that they're semi-scale, the fact that this engine can run on 031 and is packed with as much details and such a nicely crisp paint job. The paint job on this is next to none. There's no defects anywhere on it. Perfectly applied paint, just absolutely beautiful. But yeah, so you have quite a lot of molded in detail. You have a little bit of everything from rivets over here to a lot of the piping on this engine is molded in. But once again, this is a railking semi-scale model. But MTH absolutely knocked it out of the park with these things. It is beautiful. We're going to move on to the upper portion of the engine. Let me adjust the camera and we'll show you guys that. Not sure why the camera's wanting to get all grainy on me, but I've tried messing with the lighting in here. I can't do anything about that, unfortunately. But on this engine, you do have a separately applied whistle, which is a really nice looking whistle, I will admit that much. You have all your domes and everything up here. You do have some separately applied, I believe that's the pop-off valves, safety steam pop-off valves. You do have molded in roof hatch, which molded in, you can't move it or anything. You do have some nice crisp painting on the windows to do the yellow window struts, which the C&O had on these, and also beautifully stamped 1604 on this engine. We're going to move away from the engine for a second. This is your tender. Lots and lots of rivet detailed, all sorts of rivets loaded over here. Hatches on the tender do not open, but you do have a real coal load. Let me get you guys a better shot of that side of the tender. So on your tender, you do have actual little chains attaching from the tender to the trucks, which is always a nice little touch. Once again, this tender, these Alleghenies have a very interesting tender. They have 6 wheels on front and then 8 wheels in the back. Just something interesting, something you don't see on a whole lot of engines. I believe the Santa Fe Northerns use tenders like that as well, but I'm not sure of what else. But great little tender. There is little handrails right here that are separately applied on this engine. And for the coup de grace of the Rail King, let me show you this nice little detail that they did on this. So we're pretty heavily zoomed in here, but you do have your fireman and engineer figures in here. On top of, it does have the standard Proto 3, the flickering firebox effect in this engine. But also, if you notice, you do have a bunch of gauges and clusters on this that have been painted. Lots of nice molded in detail for the inside of the cab, which is something you're not really going to see. There is also handrails on the side of the cab that are separately applied. This engine's just awesome. So I'm not going to ramble on too much more about the details, and we're just going to let this thing run, and we will be using extended startup and extended shutdown, and we'll be showing off the PFA, of course.
Check on that water level, will you? Swing that spout over. Okay, that's enough. Don't go for the side rod, will you? Looks good. What do you see? I want to blow her down now. Clear? Clear.
take on coal and water here.
I hope that coal chute comes down better than it did the last time we were here.
Be careful taking water and add some additional treatment to the tank.
We didn't use as much water this trip as we usually do. This shouldn't take long. I filled the tank to the top and I threw in 3 scoops of the powder treatment chemical.
We're going to pick up 20 more loads here on number 2 track when we're done here.
We'll be good on water for the rest of the trip.
Good. Get your fire ready and we'll get out of here.
Take care. See you soon.
Well, everyone, that was the mighty railking Imperial Proto Sound 3 Allegheny in action. Absolutely awesome model. I did forget to disclose something on the way. FedEx being FedEx, they busted a little tiny rod right here. So if you guys do see that, don't freak out. That's how it came. That was FedEx 110% because this engine was truly mint in the box, and FedEx was a little rough on it. The boxes show the evidence of it. So don't worry about that. I'm just trying to figure out something to fix it because I can find that part, but I can't find it blackened. So toying around with a few ideas. But right now, it's not an emergency fix. The engine still runs great. I've tried gluing it, didn't really hold too well. So I'm thinking either JB weld or try to find that, get that part that's not blackened and try to figure out how MTH blackens that part. Not too worried about it, but also I do know CNO was not pulling any the Seaboard Airline hoppers in their coal trains, but I don't have CNO coal hoppers yet. Some point down the road, yes, I'll definitely get some for this absolute behemoth. But guys, I hope you have enjoyed. There's been a real bad lack of content recently. It's been like 40, 50 days since I've uploaded. I try not to make this a chore. I was pushing myself to put a video out once a week, and it kind of turned into too much of a chore. Like today, I timed how long it took me to set up for this video. There's a table full of stuff that is just out of sight that is literally nothing but stuff that I had to clear off of this table and put over there because I'm still trying to organize and everything, but kind of burnt myself out pretty bad. So took a break today. I'm off of work, and I was like, you know what? Let's put out a YouTube video. It's been a while since I've given anyone new content. So here's the Allegheny. I don't know how regular the schedule is going to be. I've tried pushing for one video a week, but it took me 40 minutes to set up today. And yeah, I was setting up and I was like, man, do I really want to do this? But also I was like, yeah, I really want to do this. I want to get you guys some more content because the amount of love and support that you guys give me, it's absolutely insane. And I'm sorry for the lack of uploads, but I'm trying not to burn myself out with YouTube. So I'm trying to just do an upload here, upload there. But guys, once again, this is the mighty CNO Allegheny. There is a few other videos that I have kind of on the back burner. I'm still trying to decide how I want to go about it. One of them I'm not sure if I'm going to do because there was a thing that was made that I like, but I'm also like, yeah, I might get it redone. I'm not exactly sure yet. But once again, guys, thank you so much for all of the love and support. I appreciate all of you guys. My Instagram, I'm a lot better about posting on there because if I want to come outside and run trains for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, I can take a short little 30-second video of it and throw it on Instagram and my Facebook page. So if you guys haven't checked those out yet, please do. There's a little more consistency on there because doing YouTube takes quite a bit of time. I've been out here for about 2 hours. You may have noticed a change in lighting. I ran this with the garage door closed, and big mistake. It was getting really hard to breathe in here, so the garage door is open. So if the lighting's different from the intro, that is why. But guys, once again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you guys, and we'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.